Hello, my name is Russell Myers. Welcome to Issues Unite. Well, it is here. The unemployment cliff has arrived. I've said before in previous videos that these numbers of unemployment reports from the Department of Labor were going to suddenly show this massive drop in, people getting unemployment. So let's take a look at this real quick. All right, so Department of Labor, unemployment insurance. In the week ending September 25th, the advanced figure for seasonally adjusted initial claims was 362,000, an increase of 11,000 from the previous week's unrevised level of 351,000. The 4-week moving average was 340,000, an increase of 4,250 from the previous week's unrevised average of 335,750. Listen to how many disclaimers are in this one sentence. The advance seasonally adjusted insured unemployment rate was 2.0% for the week ending September 18th. All right, so while the media is talking about, a worker shortage, they're also going to use this 2% as the official unemployment rate. Now, there are tens, maybe hundreds of thousands of people across the country that are opting to, resign from their jobs over this vaccine mandate. So they're not going to be eligible for unemployment, and they're probably not even going to apply, especially right before the holidays. Chances are real good that if they can afford to take off now, they're just going to wait until after the holidays are over and spend the holidays with their families anyway. Yeah, if I could, that's exactly what I would do. Actually, I could, but never mind. It would just take too much to catch up afterward. Anyway, so I said that these numbers were going to fall off a cliff. All right, so look, from September 4th to September 11th down here, from here over to here, all of a sudden you see this massive drop in continued weeks of unemployment benefits. That's because with the ending of the federal supplemental insurance and the actions of many Republican states, there are millions of people that are being denied unemployment insurance at a time when we've got a massive worker shortage and, an inability to even employ these people with the supply chain shortage. When you can't build vehicles and electronics, you cannot employ people in those jobs. And then downstream, you've got the retail for these items. You've got maintenance on these items. So you can't employ people in those areas because there's no supplies there's nothing to sell, there's nothing to maintain. There's nothing to build, there's nothing to sell, there's nothing to maintain in those areas. In addition, because of the contrived energy shortage, now we're running into other problems. The Netherlands. I learned this from the Money GPS today, something I didn't know. The Netherlands is the second largest agricultural exporter in the world. I didn't even know that. But they've got so many greenhouses that they produce massive amounts of produce and agricultural products, including tulips and different kinds of flowers and stuff. So because of the energy shortage, and it takes so much energy to keep the environment in those greenhouses at optimal levels, they're shutting down most of the greenhouses in the country, which means more of a food shortage. This is on top of the mouse invasion in Australia. We've got mega drought in the western United States, locust swarms, floods, and droughts in numerous areas across the globe. So we've got major food shortage. Well, when you got a major food shortage, then you don't need people to transport the produce, the agricultural products. You don't need people to process those things. You don't need people to stock shelves, to transport these goods. So you got all of this going on all at the same time. And if people are going to, willfully, consciously, be unemployed, they're also going to cut back on their spending. So they're not going to be going to restaurants. They're not going to be going to fast food places nearly as much. They're going to just eat at home. They're not going to be buying expensive items. So all of this just winds up in this massive cycle. There's been this talk about savings have been going up. Well, that's not because of an increase in income. That is because people are putting money in savings instead of spending it because they don't know what's coming next. They want to ensure some kind of security. With prices rising, jobs paying nothing they can live on, they're going to put money in savings until things resolve. If things resolve. But they want to be secure for now as much as possible. And the less they spend, fewer people going to work means you need fewer daycare workers. You need fewer bus drivers. You need fewer this. You need fewer that. You impact how many jobs downstream even exist. So, bus driving, school bus drivers there's this massive shortage of school bus drivers because they don't want to be placed in these dangerous and low-paying jobs. So you've got hundreds of thousands of school bus drivers that we are short of and going to remain short of. So, and meanwhile, these people can't claim unemployment because they feel that taking these jobs may threaten their health. On one hand, you've got people that are afraid of catching the virus, and on the other hand, you've got people that are opposing a vaccine mandate. And once again, I am vaccinated, and I encourage vaccination. But I oppose a vaccine mandate because you should not be told by the government what you have to, that you have to put this into your body when there are so many questions and controversies surrounding these things. Now, I am convinced that the vaccines are, by and large, safe. Even so, I took the Johnson vaccine, which is the 1 dose, and it is not mRNA-based. So if people don't want to take the mRNA vaccines, the 2-step, I encourage them to get the Johnson vaccine, which is a 1-step vaccine. And it is DNA, not RNA-based. DNA-based meaning the same as most vaccines. Most vaccines are DNA-based. Nearly all of them. It's not expressed that way, but they are. That's how vaccines are made. Anyway, so with fewer people being able to claim unemployment, fewer people working, that means reduced consumer spending. That means less tax revenue. So all of this means just this deadly downward cycle that, means the economy is just going downward. It's just spiraling out of control. And we're not going to recover from this soon. So what are the steps that can be taken? Well, a UBI would be the best option. But of course, we're not going to see that happen. Not yet. Not for a while. It's going to have to reach even worse, critical conditions before this happens. And as far as the infrastructure bill, I've already covered that. Nearly every penny of it goes to corporations. It does not include an increase in the minimum wage. It does not include, universal health care. It does not include, child care provisions. None of those things are included in this bill. The final version, these things are not there. And they're not going to be there. In the budget reconciliation, none of those things are there. They've all been omitted. Thank you, Bernie. Yeah. All you Bernie fans out there can just suck it. Anyway, where are we going from here? It's anyone's guess. But you can stop blaming China. You can stop blaming Russia. This has nothing to do with them at all. This is all our problem. And if we're going to solve it, then, being adversarial toward other countries is not going to help. We have to fix these problems here. And that means getting up, getting active, and raging against your elected officials. All right, so share this video. Talk about these subjects. Many of you are unemployed, so you've got the time. All right, share this video. Talk about these subjects. If you can, please donate $1 a month to help expand the channel. I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching.